Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Sports Saviors. It is 8:30, and the Steelers have won 29-24 over the Detroit Lions in a crazy game, crazy finish. They're now 9-6. Lee, what are your opening
Yeah.
thoughts on how that game went?
I mean, it was nail biting towards the end. Just very crazy how that game ended. There's still a lot of stuff that the team needs to clean up because they're just very undisciplined. Because that game could have went a different way, just so many ways, so many different plays that had happened, and penalties and things like that. So um, I'm happy we got the win. That's all that matters at the end of the day. But they gotta figure some shit out because that was a very close call there towards the end. But the Steelers got the win, and now as our good friend Ben said, we got one of the best Steelers stats of all time, Mike Tomlin, with another winning season.
Yeah, congratulations to Mike Tomlin. I don't want to go into this that too far just yet, but those last 5 minutes or so of this game, just were chaotic, especially from the about two minutes and 6 seconds left. Chris Boswell misses a field goal that no one saw coming.
My God!
The Lions get the ball back, and it's just a lot of chaos going on in this drive. Once we hit the 2-minute warning, the Lions in the first 3 plays don't get any. 2 plays get nothing. They ended up 3rd and 13. They get 11 yards on a pass to their tight end to make it 4th and 2. On that 4th and 2 call, there's a incomplete pass. We think the game's over. Boom, flag thrown pretty late there. They call a defensive pass interference on Kyle Duggar. That gives the Lions a first down. Very next play, we get a sack by Highsmith. No, sorry, we don't. Highsmith gets called for tripping, which was an obvious tripping call on his part. So the Lions then get up to the Steelers 36-yard line. From there, they get a 24-yard pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Next play is an incompletion. Then they get an 11-yard pass to Tesla that gets that ball down to the Steelers' 1-yard line. They throw a touchdown, gets called back for offensive pass interference, 10 yards back, so they're at the 11. Another penalty on them, false start. So they're now on the 16-yard line with 22 seconds left. First play incompletion, second play incompletion, third play they throw the ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He gets stopped at the goal line. There's flags on the field. He laterals the ball to Jared Goff. They call it on the field a touchdown. But fortunately for the Steelers, the play is nullified by the penalty, offensive pass interference. Therefore, the game is over. One of the craziest endings, one of the craziest final drives that we've seen in a while.
My God! My God!
I'm excited. Steelers are 9-6. You said the Baltimore already scored. They're playing right now against the Patriots. Is it 7-0? Okay, so 7-0 there.
Yeah, it's 7-0
right now.
Yep.
Steelers 9-6. Get a game next week against the Browns, and then you have a game against the Ravens in week 18. 9-6 looks like playoffs, unless they really blow this down the stretch. They're gonna have a Cleveland Brown team that hasn't been winning lately. They did fight tough with Buffalo this week. But overall, where are you feeling with the playoffs?
I'm feeling pretty good. I think we really haven't talked much since that Bills loss, where it just kind of was. It was so defeating because there was probably the worst third quarter or just any quarter we've seen the Steelers play at all. And it just, for some reason, something has like turned around with this team, and now they're 3 straight. And this is in the past 3 games. This is the second crazy wild ending because that game with the Ravens, there was that catch by Likely that they said was a touchdown that he didn't maintain 3 steps, and like I guess 2 steps and then a football move, and then that ball got popped out and that game ended as well, that way, and so it's just been a very crazy ride these last 3 weeks with this team, and I just foresee them winning the AFC North at this point. I think that they figure some things out. It sucks that it came this late into draw suspense and, keep us all on the edge of our seats here with this team, the rest of the season. But I think they figure some things out offensively and defensively, and they have been able to make some plays to be able to get themselves into playoff contention.
Yeah, and like you said, the Buffalo game, I was done with this team, but they found a way. They've done what they needed to do, and they're now looking like a team. I mean, it's going to be fun. We can talk about it later on. We don't have to talk about it now, especially when we're not even in yet. There's plenty of weeks ahead to talk about the fact that you're not going to be seeing the Chiefs. You're not going to be seeing a lot of these teams that we were expecting to be powerhouses in the AFC. You're looking at the teams like the Texans, the Jaguars, the Patriots, the Broncos. Like those are the teams at the top right now. No one there has those. They haven't proven anything yet. None of those teams have proven anything. And you have Aaron Rodgers, a veteran quarterback, veteran experience in playoffs. You never know.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
You got the stats for today?
Yeah, I got the stats. We can go through it. Okay, again, final score, Steelers. Final score, nail-biting finish. Steelers win 29-24 over the Lions. Total yards, the Steelers had 481 total yards, which I don't even know the last time we had 400 total yards, almost 500 total yards. I mean, I don't even know when we've had that. I mean, but it's crazy that the offense was able to get going today. Lions had 361 total yards. Pass yards, Steelers had 251 pass yards to the Lions, 364. This is a crazy stat. Rush yards, 230 yards rushing for the Steelers today to the Lions, 15. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery are a 1-2 man punch for the Lions when it comes to running, especially Jahmyr Gibbs being one of the better running backs in the league right now. I mean, this team held them to 15 total rushing yards. Steelers had 230 rush yards, with Jaylen Warren having 2 rushing touchdowns of 45 yards. He had 2 rushes of 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. That was just insane during that game. So I don't know when the last time we had 200 rushing yards. That was another crazy one. Yards per play, Steelers 6.9 yards per play to the Lions 5.2. First downs were the same at 23 apiece. Third down efficiency, the Steelers did very well. They went 50%. They were 8 for 16 on third down to the Lions 6 for 15. Fourth down efficiency, Steelers 2 for 2 on fourth down to the Lions 1 for 2. Who's a team that definitely goes for it on fourth down a lot. He only went for it twice in this game. Total plays were about the same. Steelers had 70, Lions had 69. Sacks are about the same. Steelers had 3 sacks on Jared Goff, and the Lions end up having 2, with Aiden Hutchinson having the 2 on Aaron Rodgers. Each team punted the ball 3 times in the game. This is something, again, they need to fucking figure out and clean up. Penalty yards. Steelers 8 penalties for 89 yards, with a couple of them coming on that last drive of the defense, almost blowing the game to the Lions there. Penalty yards for the Lions, 7 for 40. There was only 1 turnover in the game. The Steelers fumbled with Darnell Washington close to the goal line. Time possession, this is something, again, the Steelers did very well, and we haven't seen this. 34 minutes and 6 seconds to the Lions, 25 minutes and 54 seconds, which was crazy in that third quarter, that the Steelers pretty much led the entire third quarter. Like they pretty much had the whole time in the third quarter of time possession pretty much.
Yeah, I think the Lions got like
only
3
scored
plays,
2
right?
points, which was strange, but yeah, they only had 3
Lions
plays
got 3
in the
plays
third
in the whole quarter.
Tackles were the same for each team. Yeah, tackles were the same. Steelers had 34 tackles to the Lions 37. Field goals, Steelers went 2 for 3 with that one you talked about earlier where Boswell hit the upright, which is just crazy because it's in a dome and there's no weather that he missed. Lions went 1 for 1 on field goals. And in the red zone, the Steelers were 0 for 3 in the red zone. I mean, they were still able to score outside of the red zone, but they were 0 for 3 in the red zone, being the best team in the league right now on the road scoring in the end zone. They only went 0 for 3, and the Lions went 1 for 4 in the red zone. And those are your stats for the Steelers versus the Lions game. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
So yeah, the Steelers finally get more plays than the other team. Yeah, we got a guest in here, but the Steelers finally get more plays than the other team, getting more yards per play than the other team. But we do have a guest here. Jessica, what were your thoughts on that fourth quarter?
On the edge of my seat. On the edge of my seat.
Yeah, craziness.
If I see one more yellow flag, I might freak out.
You came in just in time, though, Jess. We're gonna pull up Mike Tomlin, and then before I get him going, let's do this. Pop our champagne for Mike Tomlin.
Cheers. Chug.
Another winning season for Mike Tomlin. Congratulations to the best coach in the NFL.
He's so good that I gave up that bottle of champagne for him.
Let me play it now. Let's see what he has to say today.
Oh, my God.
I'm just so appreciative of the men that I work with and the fight that they displayed individually and collectively. Certainly wasn't perfect. A lot of adversity, some of it created by us, but they didn't blink. And that's what's required this time of year. We also talked about the game's got to look a certain way this time of year. And it certainly did. We were able to run the ball and stop the run, and we kind of rode that wave in terms of controlling the game. Certainly, you got to give Detroit a lot of credit. Man, they stormed and fought. We knew they would. We knew what type of game we were coming into, the gravity of it, the venue. Kudos to their fans, man. This is a tough place to play. But I'm just thankful of the fight and the win. And we'll keep pushing because that's what you got to do this time of year. Win or lose, you got to keep pushing, and we will. We're coming in tomorrow to watch the tape. We ain't got time for Victory Mondays. And that's what I told the team. And a couple guys got injured, wasn't able to make it back. Brandon Echols with a groin.
Before we get into injuries, what are your thoughts on his opening take, Jess? Where's his head at? Do you think he's ready for playoff football?
He's ready for the next game. He's ready to watch the tapes. No Victory Mondays.
Lee, what are your thoughts on the opening remarks?
Yeah, especially the comment that he made about them running the ball and being able to stop the ball deep. That's like Steeler football right there. That's what we're used to seeing, that pound and grind on the ball, be able to run the ball and then be able to stop on defense. That was just a phenomenal performance that they did today with the running game.
Yeah, especially through the first 55 minutes of the game. The defense played great. Against an offense is really good.
Calvin Austin, a hamstring. I'm sure it's a laundry list of other things when you're in a game like that. But we'll put together a plan and divide the labor up next week. We'll deal with next week. Right now, I'm just really, really thankful and happy for those men in that locker room. Questions?
Resiliency of your offense to keep answering their scores, and then defensive again when some of those calls look not going the way.
That's what I mean when I say we got a no-blink group. And it's not like things are ideal, man. I can't say enough about Dylan Cook, for example. I mean, man, that's our fourth left tackle. We ran for 200-plus yards today with that guy. But it's a lot of examples of that, man. That's what team is about, and I'm just appreciative of their efforts.
When you don't blink, there's no need to cut your eyelids off. And this team doesn't blink.
That's right. That's right.
No, I just like to give credit to damn Detroit, who had a top flight offense, and they displayed that.
I love it. You see that head shake? That head shake was real.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
What were the conversations we were having during that last replay? When did you have that connected?
The whole time, really. As long as, when I heard it was OPI, and that was pretty evident, and we stopped them short of the goal line, I just figured it was going to sort itself out.
Part of the teams that put out the goal this time of year, I'm not asking you see some kind of momentum building.
We won the last 3.
After the Buffalo game, keep watching. We're watching.
A minute.
Mike, what key that run game is the run game?
Just the efforts of the guys. You know, it's that time of year, man. You got to do that if you want to control ball games, and we've been working hard at it. Certainly, we've taken some steps back at times, but I just appreciate the overall trajectory of the group. We had a bunch of second-year players, man, in that front, and so it's reasonable to expect them to get better, big picture, but in the midst of it, some of that, and we've experienced some of that along with some attrition. But in spite of all of that, man, they just keep working.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen it really in the running game too often, but in the passing game, they've been protecting Rodgers a little more. A lot of it's him getting rid of the ball well, but yeah, the offensive line stepped up today for the most part when it came to the run game.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, of course, you know, they still gave up 2 sacks, but the running game, just being able to put up 230 yards on the ground, and then having, you know, Jaylen Warren being able to have 2 big runs that it didn't even look like he was touched really, to be able to score and be able to block that way to find a nice hole for him to run in. I mean, they did well, the offensive line. I think they have improved over these past couple games that we've seen. You know, I think that they've been able to step up a little bit more offensively. Of course, you know, there were some injuries, but you know, you got some of these other guys coming in and stepping up, like Mike Tomlin says, next man up. And I think that these guys have been doing phenomenal with whatever they're doing to improve here on the offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, Warren 14 for 143, Gainwell 9 for 50. Rodgers ended up 27 to 41. You mentioned those 2 sacks. He had 266 yards and a touchdown. That 1 sack, it should have been 3. And Rodgers threw a ball away there at the end at the 2-minute, which you'd like him back. But yeah, overall, I think they did well for themselves there.
Yeah.
Everything was on outside of the shoulders. He's named on that TJ. How much did these early run stops with you guys?
Man, he was a monster. He just was. He came to play today. I knew he would.
You had that catch by Gainwell, but the momentum they gave you guys when it happened.
It was huge. And we knew that was a matchup that we wanted. You know, regardless of circumstance, they kept those 2 linebackers on the field. They never go dime. And then really it's a tip of the cap to the quality players that those backers are. But we like Kenny versus those guys. And thankfully we were able to get that matchup at a significant moment, man. And he is deserving of all the credit. I mean, what an incredible play.
Yeah, lost in the fourth quarter, Jess, is that amazing catch by Gainwell at the end of the half. We were sitting next to each other during that whole thing. We were shocked that it ended up a touchdown, right?
Yeah, we were. Best hands on the team.
Good call.
Best hands on the team.
What were your thoughts, Leo?
At first seeing it, you couldn't tell, but then when you see it just was phenomenal that he was able to get his arm right underneath to be able to keep the ball from hitting the ground, and then he had the awareness that he wasn't touched. There was no whistle blown to be able to get up and be able to still score. I mean, I was a little disappointed just in the urgency though of the team, because the clock is fucking running and they're not doing anything and they're calling a timeout, but they were able to score that on that play right there, which was phenomenal. But I don't know what the hell the team was doing, but it was a great play by Gainwell.
Another thing lost in it, though, is the end of the game, the Steelers having no timeouts, even though they were leading for the entire fourth quarter, third quarter, the whole second half. They had a lead. I have no reason that I can explain why they have no timeouts left at the end of the game there.
Just bad time management by the team and the coaches. Like I just don't get it. You're calling timeouts at times that you don't need to call timeouts. And then you of course you think just because you have a lead, you think, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to need the timeouts. But just the way that game ended, I mean, if they'd have scored a touchdown there, you're going to need the timeouts just in case something, for you to get the ball back if there's enough time. I mean, it's just poor time management by the coaches and the players.
Yeah, if they don't call the pick there on the first offensive pass interference at the goal line, we would only had 22 seconds left. And they would have to go pretty much the whole I mean, not the whole field. They would have probably needed a field goal. So I mean,
yeah,
still 22 seconds, no timeouts versus maybe 40 seconds, maybe 22 seconds, and you have 2 timeouts in your bag. One of the 2 situations makes that a much easier situation than what they put themselves in. For sure.
For sure.
I heard about it, but I hadn't seen it, and I hadn't had an opportunity to talk to DK, and so I have no comment.
Yeah, he's gonna get suspended. I think. I think hopefully it's just gonna be one game.
Yeah.
But yeah, you put hands on a fan. That's just how it's gonna be. Jessica, what do you think about punching people in the face?
Can't do that. Lee said it. You can't do that.
Can't do it. Can't. You
Lee,
can't.
you want to go more into it?
That's the divas that we have on this team. You know, that's just what it is. You got these guys that just, you know, he's a fucking diva, you know, and for you to make a dumbass play like that, you are risking us making and advancing through the season to win games. You are supposed to be our number 1 receiver, supposed to be the leader on like the receiver room, and yet you're making plays like that, and you're letting the other guy see you make plays like that. I mean, it's just, again, undisciplined divas, just dumb idiots is just what it is. And the coaches, again, some of that stuff is on the reflection of the leaders, because they need to be disciplined, and these guys are holding these guys accountable a little bit more for their stuff. I mean, I don't care if you're making millions of dollars and you're one of the best players in the sport, but for you to make a dumb play like that, you lost money right there, and you lost play time, and you have put the offense in a little bit of jeopardy to be able to put up points in the next game.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. Like, what are we? Why are you over there? Why we're in the middle of a game. What are you doing over there by this guy? Suppose it's because he had a Steeler towel, but like, there's no reason that you're over there during the game. It's insane. It really is insane.
It is. It really is. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That 5-point swing, which was very important to get the safety, and then you come back and hold the ball for 9 minutes to get a field goal. What does that do from a team perspective when you're able to do that?
It's big. I certainly would have enjoyed a touchdown, but that's a component of complimentary ball, man. You support one another. That's what you do. You forgot on the front end of that, we turned that ball over going in. You know what I mean? And that's what complimentary football is about. It's not only about complimenting the good, it's about standing up and minimizing the negative. And so there's a lot of good discussions along those lines, things to grow from. That's why we're going to come in and watch the tape tomorrow.
This really wasn't like an eventful game. An onion, the layers to this game. I mean, it's just there's so many little things that happened. My God, I don't know. I keep remembering one thing after the other that happened. The turnover leading to the safety, everything. It was a crazy game.
It was. Sure. It was one of the craziest games I think I've ever seen. Just in the NFL in general. You know, just the way that everything transpired and played out in this game. It just was nuts.
Jess, how was watching the game while you were on your phone the whole time? Did you get to feel the impact?
Yeah. I mean, outside the times that you were telling me what was happening on Red Zone, plays ahead. Lee, you remember that year I told you that we had missed a field goal and I was messing with you? Jimmy just kept doing that shit during the Steeler game.
Oh, no.
Like, how about you watch the game on the TV, sir?
Oh. You're a little spicy, I see, huh?
I apologize.
Is that mouthwash?
It's this time of year, man. This is why I love it. If you're a competitor, man, you run to this stuff, and I think we got a collection of competitors.
How much fun do you have in big situations?
Man, I love it all the time, man. I just think the thicker it is, man, you get an opportunity to really show yourself, and if you're solid, it shows. And I try to be solid. I expect our team to be solid, and it showed today.
Working on your long touchdown run by
Good shot.
What was working on this long touchdown run?
Guys were winning the line of scrimmage, man, and blocking. I mean, just look at the blocks on those plays, man. I think on second one, man, what a block by DK on the perimeter, man, to finish it. But from my vantage point, it just looked like guys were blocked, and that's awesome. We talked all week about how necessary interior pressure was because of our circumstance. You know, we were out without TJ and Herbick, and certainly they had, you know, elevated practice squad guys, center, et cetera. Man, it's just common sense, man. Our interior pressure had to move him off the spot and create negativity, and it did. I don't know when I was made aware of it.
Fourth down conversions, you feel more comfortable going for it more than just the first one?
It's just that time of year, man. We do what we got to do to engineer victories.
What was the key to stopping St. Brown? You're talking about an elite wide receiver, and
not only him, but them. A lot of their chunk plays come off a play action pass, and the runs got to be going to a certain degree for those things to be most effective. And I really just think we rode the wave of our run stopping, which minimized the component that creates big plays for St. Brown and for them. I'm sorry?
Thielen and Scotty had a few big catches on possession down. What about those two guys? Do you trust in those situations? How have you seen them respond?
You know, they're veteran guys. They've been there, done that guys, and really credit to Detroit, man. They did some things differently on us today. They're playing a lot of zone, and that's why those guys made some of the plays that they made. Certainly one of Scotty's plays was a man-to-man play, but I think almost all of Adams were zone plays. And you know, we know Muth is a zone killer. We got some other guys that have really good zone awareness with the addition of Thielen, and I'm thankful for it. Thanks.
He loves it. It's this time of the year. He loves it.
Yeah, just going to some of those stats there. We had Thielen 4 for 49 and Scotty Miller 3 for 19. So they got multiple catches on those sides. And then on the other side, rushing the ball, Jahmyr Gibbs 7 carries for 2 yards. We're talking about one of the most one of the best running backs in the league. He did get some receiving at the end there, but he ended up with 10 catches for 66 yards. But to hold him to 7 carries and 2 yards, that's just great defense by the Steelers. You can't argue against it at all.
Yeah, I think with having Derek Harmon coming back, I mean, it was just phenomenal to see them be able to stop the run.
Not everyone is happy with Tomlin. Not everyone is celebrating.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. Working Punch Productions. Let me tell you something real quick. I hear what you're saying, and we talked about it during the season. And Mike Tomlin wasn't doing he was just standing on the sideline. But since that Bills game, he's been motivated. He's been walking around. He's been talking to the players. Of course, his little press conference here, he seemed a little unmotivated, but I don't know. He got the win. He was a little monotone, but I'm surprised we didn't get more Tomlinisms in this one with the win. But he's been a little more engaging as a coach, and he's doing a little bit better. And I like him a little bit what I see.
I don't know. I think Ben might be a little bit behind. Don't do it. I'm wondering if he just caught up to maybe my champagne bottle. I don't know for sure. But
cheers.
Either way, he might be talking. He just might be talking about the praise for Tomlin. Mike Tomlin. I mean, everyone wanted to fire Nick Sirianni last year, and they end up going to the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl. Maybe that's what's in store for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. Currently, the start of the second quarter, the Ravens are still up 7-0. Bingo. Not sure exactly what we're getting into with him.
Hey, but, Ben, best coach in the league. Best coach in the league, Ben.
Best season
by far. Winning season again. Yeah.
Oh. Just to go through the scoring real quick. I'm not going to go through the whole plays. The Steelers were able to get a field goal in the first quarter to make it 3-0 early on. A 59-yard field goal by Boswell right there. The Lions come back in the second quarter. They scored a field goal, and then late as the half was ending, they were able to get another touchdown to make it 10-3 on an Isaac Tesla 20-yard pass from Jared Goff. However, the Steelers are able to score before the end of the half with 2 seconds left. Kenneth Gainwell, 45-yard pass from Aaron Rodgers. We talked about it. Here we go. Before we go too far away from Ben, he says, talk to me in 3 weeks. He knows what's going to happen in 3 weeks. We know it's going to happen in 3 weeks, but we are not going to talk about it. Anyway, the Steelers end up making it 10-10 at halftime. They come out in the second half. The only scoring in the second half is a safety. The Steelers are able to sack Jared Goff. That was Kyle Duggar who had the sack there. Makes it 12-10. Fourth quarter, early on, the Steelers are dominating. They get a field goal to make it 15-10, and then they get a touchdown to make it 22-10 with 12 minutes left in the half. But then the Lions come back down, score, make it 22-17 on a Khalif Raymond field goal. But Jaylen Warren, once again, another back-to-back 45-yard touchdowns to make it 29-17. At this point, you're thinking it's over. It is not. The Jahmyr Gibbs 4-yard TD pass makes it 29-24. As we talked about how that game ended with the Lions being stopped at the goal line by the greatest defense of all time, by the greatest coach of all time. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. 9-6. You can't beat them. Jess, final thoughts on a big win for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Can we just talk about the pitch to Goff at the end and had there been no pass interference? That was beauty.
That would have been one of the greatest plays of all time. I'm sure Ben will be in the chat telling us how his forward progress was stopped, but they called it on the field a touchdown. They called it on the field a touchdown.
They did,
but it was nullified by the pass interference.
But no, good win. I wish them all Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Lee, what do you got? Finishes off.
Well, first,
hold on.
I want to say that
before you go, try not to curse.
Hey, how about you fuck yourself, Working Punch Productions? Fuck you. Anyway, I'd like to first say that's an early Christmas gift that the Steelers gave us another victory. They've gone 3 straight to give us a little bit of a win since that Bills loss. Been crazy game, one of the craziest games I've ever watched, just in general. Might be the craziest game to an ending for sure. Just so much stuff happened in this game. It was a great game. They got the win. That's all that matters. They'll be talking about this one for a while. Mike Tomlin is now the greatest coach of all time, at least till next week. The greatest coach of all time. He's got another winning season. The Steelers now have another winning season. The Steelers are going to make the playoffs. And in 3 weeks, I'll be telling Ben they're going to the division round is all I got to say. That's what I'll be saying to Ben in 3 weeks. They got the win, and I'm happy for this team. They've turned some shit around. They're doing what they need to do, and let's get another win. Go Mike Tomlin, the greatest coach, and that legendary defense. All I got to say is the best in the league.
Ben will somehow have to work during that game.
Merry Christmas. Everyone have a good night.